Mr. Treehorn draws a lot of water in this town. You don't draw shit, Lebowski. Now, we got a nice, quiet little beach community here, and I aim to keep it nice and quiet. So let me make something plain. I don't like you sucking around bothering our citizens, Lebowski. I don't like your jerk-off name. I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. And I don't like you, jerk-off. Do I make myself clear?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Ow! Fucking fascist!
Fuck them fascists, right?
Do you want a taco? Do you? Do you? Do you want a taco? Do you? Do you?
Who don't want a taco?
This feels like a jab.
Yeah, well, it feels like a taco. My favorite. Yeah, if you notice, I'm letting this play a little bit more. It's because I find it fucking hilarious.
That's why we let in with the Big Lebowski shits.
From fascists to tacos. Who knew we'd be talking about our government, huh?
Why would fascists have any interest in tacos? Or tacos any interest in fascists?
That's right. You got to draw the line in the sand somewheres.
Meat for Metal podcast?
God, now I want a fucking taco.
I do not. I had a very late lunch today, and I'm a full boy.
Oh, that's right. Mexican restaurant. Oh, no, you in Burger Town.
No, I went to that fucking cafe that's too expensive to eat at. So
that's why I call it Burger Town.
I wasn't paying today, so, you know.
So you got the most expensive burger you could, I hope.
Maybe. I don't know. It was a Cuban.
It's kind of hard to tell, right?
It was a sandwich. It's a cafe. It's a sandwich shop. I got a Cuban.
And I think the difference between the cheapest and the most expensive is like about $3.
I don't think so. There's one cafe like 3 doors down from that place, four doors maybe.
If I go crazy.
And I can eat there for like $9, $8-9. This other place, it's a $15, $20 run.
Dude, that's what I love about that place. 3 doors down. I'll get breakfast sandwiches there for before work sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's only 2 blocks from your job.
Yeah, and it's like $6 for 2 really good size, like their crisp sandwich or bagel sandwich.
Yeah, that other place that I ate at today, you better break out the checkbook.
Hey, all I know is for what you can get a burger for over there, you can go to Leal's down the road and get you a meal.
Yeah. Well, again, this is the first time I ate at this place since like right before the pandemic.
I'd gotten like an order of a couple burgers for the family, and it was like over $40.
It is. It's ridiculous. And it's weird you say it's only burgers because fuck their burgers are the worst thing on the menu. So, they do sandwiches really well. Burgers not so much, but I guess a burger's technically a sandwich. But there are other shit on the menu that they do. It's much better. There's some kind of a roast beef that's actually really, really good. And I thought about that for a while. I thought, man, I haven't had a fucking Cuban sandwich in a long time. Because they're a pain in the ass to build.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. You go to the store and buy ham. That's no problem. But you got to figure something out with pulled pork. If you're going to buy pre-made pulled pork at the store, you're going to be spending $18, $20 a pound for that shit.
And it's like, Jack Daniel's brand.
And it's not good. Right, exactly. You're like, so everything's going to have a sweet barbecue sauce in it.
Everything's slathered in a mediocre fucking barbecue sauce.
It ain't good.
Jack Daniel, I remember when that shit first came out. It was like early 2000s or something like that, where you could go buy a bottle of Jack Daniels. It was like a cross between them and like Casey Masterpiece or something like that.
Yeah. And
the first time I tried, I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Because I've never experienced flavor.
Right.
And, in hindsight, it took some time even after that. But it was good the first time I tried it. Every time after that, it's been gross.
It's not good. They don't use good meat. And it's fucking just wildly overpriced. If you're gonna do shit like that, you're gonna get like a half shoulder or something. I mean, there's no need to overthink any of this shit, really. But again, back on topic. If you're running a sandwich shop and you're charging folk about $20 to get in, and I'm talking about the sandwich and their bullshit sides. Although I got to say, this particular dubious place has learned how to make fucking potato chips after like 7-8 years of being open. So.
Oh, really? No, I have not.
Yeah, they weren't burnt and greasy. They were actually kind of like potato chips, really.
Well, goddamn.
So I guess some things can change, right?
Just
We used to have a wing shop in town that did the shittiest fries ever. I felt like I should go down there, eat, and then go, by the way, you want me to jump back in the kitchen and show you people how to make fries?
I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a free meal.
But thankfully, they're not in business anymore. So.
And they were always this way ever since they made that shit out of a horse trailer.
Yeah.
But
Well-
that was okay because that horse trailer was outside of a bar, and those people didn't fucking care.
Yeah, that's
The
that-
grease.
Yeah, if you have some kind of conveyance that you can make food in, and you can find a bar letting you set up outside, shit, you're going to be sitting on a gold mine because those drunks aren't going to fucking have any issue with your shitty food quality. It's when you decide to go brick and mortar, it might fucking bite you in the ass.
Yeah, it's like, well, you got a fucking sit-down joint. Maybe make that shit a little better, especially if you're going to charge what you charge for it.
Potentially. But I guess the thing is, at the end of the day, I just don't eat out very much. I've eaten out more this year than I have probably since 2019. Easily.
Yeah, we got that Mexican food last week.
Yeah, we went out to eat last Saturday. Shit.
That was-
last Saturday. I went out to eat today. Let's see. That time was the time before that. I don't know. I've probably eaten out about 4 times in the past 30 days. Which is a lot.
Does it count if you go get it and bring it back to your domicile?
Because you're not cooking your own shit, right?
Okay, well, I've eaten out a few times myself.
Yeah, and I get it. I got to say, I think probably about the time I'd parted company with the second wife, I think I was eating out just about every night, if not every other at a minimum. I was like, this is expensive shit. I got to learn how to get some things going on in the kitchen here. And,
Been one fucking hell of a journey, man.
there's been no looking back.
Yeah.
So now
shit.
it's like, I don't want to eat out. I want to eat good shit. Food's better at my house than it is going out in public.
Sure, for what you'd spend on yourself, you could fucking make some shit for 2 to 4 people.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, well. Mead for Metal podcast, as you can ascertain, it's just the 2 OGs. I keep talking about a third. I'm starting to think that that's just not going to
Is it like when I would always bring up Ruben, but like Ruben hadn't been on in like 6 months?
Yeah. I feel like it's that. Yeah. And as an aside, I don't know. We're either going to do a show a week from today or 3 weeks from today, but 2 weeks from today, we got a poker tournament we got in. So
Yeah, I got money I got to go lose.
yeah. Yeah, that's we got it's at our friend Jack's place, and I feel like, well, should I just give him a $5 bill? Here's a Lincoln for you, sir.
I tried to the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the fun in that?
Right.
I want to see it leave your body.
I only say that because 2 tournaments at his house, 2 times he's won. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? But at the end of the day, we're out $5. So
Right.
that's fuck. I can't spend that out in public anywhere for that amount of money and have that kind of a good time.
Right. And let's not confuse that, like, we're not, it's not like we break out the checkbooks and we're in there to win money.
Yeah.
No, man, that's
there's
like
no
5
rebuys or anything else.
Yeah.
None of that. And I gotta say, Brandon's a serious card player. You know when you're sitting down playing some cards with somebody, and you can watch their fucking brain, the gears turning. Like, oh, this guy's playing for real.
Well, I don't want to lose, but I mean, I want to have fun first, but I win second.
But it's like the buy-in was $5. Hell yeah, I'm gonna try to fill that inside straight. You bet your ass.
Why not? How cool would that be?
And it inevitably fails, but hey,
Sure, as it always does.
Speaking of card games, I don't know if you'd ever gotten involved in the game of Uno.
Oh yeah.
As it turns out, everyone on planet Earth had been playing Uno wrong, because you lay down like a draw 4, and then they draw 4, and then you go and lay something else down. Actually, no. When you lay down that draw 4, your turn is done.
Yeah, that's it.
This is from the game manufacturer. No, there's a bunch of other people been real lax on those. We're like, draw 4, you drop 4, and they go, oh, still my turn. They throw down another draw 4. Oh, shit. Then they throw down a skip. Yeah, if you're just playing, if it's just 2 people, well, you're
looking for a fight.
Why don't you just get a fist fight going out in the yard, right?
Yeah. And most motherfuckers, you'd play reverse and be like, well, reverse is back to me. Like, no, motherfucker, it just changes the order, which means it's still my fucking turn.
Yeah. And by the way, and you shouldn't play Uno unless you got at least like 4.
4 is perfect. And also, people fuck up where if you can't play a card, you don't draw until you can.
It's just
you
draw one.
You draw
right?
one, turn goes to the next person.
Yeah. Man, people have house ruled in some shit that's just, I'm actually shocked that there's not more violence in this country directly relatable to the game of Uno.
That Monopoly, man.
Monopoly's a bit of a problem, but that's only just because you feel like you got a time investment.
Yeah. 3-hour Monopoly sesh, and then you lose, you're going to be upset.
Yeah. God damn, and 3 is a little on the optimistic side. I mean, fuck, man, you get some hardcores going, that might be a 5-6 hour fucking game of Monopoly, and who the hell wants that?
Well, that game is not fun. It's fun if you win. It's great, but even that's a task.
According to Daniel Tosh, there's a Monopoly card game that apparently plays through pretty goddamn fast.
Yeah.
I know nothing of it other than
neither,
his endorsement of it, but I thought, well, that's maybe one to
And
look
we all know
into.
Daniel Tosh loves complicated things.
Yeah. I got to say, that
Being
guy,
facetious there.
that guy's weekly shit that he posts on YouTube is really... It's some shit I actually look forward to. And there's not a lot of shit that I look forward to on a weekly. A lot of times I'll have subscriptions and I'll just not watch shit for like a month, and then I'll just have a binge.
Just go bench through, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Tosh is the one that's like, no, I got a standing Tuesday appointment for this shit. So he drops it on Monday, but Brandon and I usually bitch and moan about the Monday that we had and the Tuesday and watch Tosh. So
It's a good way to get through the middle of the week.
fuck, man, how's your week been?
Been good. This goddamn humid weather, though, I'm fucking over it.
We're in that severe weather season we get out here, which is always at the very ass end of spring before we roll into summer, which summer's heat is just crippling. But this shit, it ain't great because it's in the 90s with high humidity.
Yeah.
And
man.
tornadoes.
Yeah. And fucking just spaceships out there. Fucking cloud-looking spaceships.
And they mostly form right around here. And then they move east and kick Lubbock's ass.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, there's that rare moment where you do see one out there.
yeah, we had one a week ago Sunday.
Yeah.
I actually got a pretty reasonable picture of one accidentally, but
Well, that was much closer to you than it was to me, but it was still off in the distance.
it's still
and
like 9 miles
Yeah.
out. You know,
that's
8 or
close
9.
enough.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
close.
say 8 miles, but I didn't want to fucking have that unfortunate Eminem reference. The shitty rapper.
How
you know?
dare you take that pun from me? Yeah,
Although
that-
then again, shitty rapper. Well, let's go down the list of really good rappers, huh?
I don't think I'm the guy to build that list. Tupac? I don't know, man.
Is it the
Insane Clown Posse, number one.
ugh.
They're
What
rappers.
about that guy, the Kid Rock? You know, the one's neither a kid nor is he rock.
No, he's just a...
He wears like Colby Covington suits now. Shit like
Yeah.
it looking like he bought it off of Temu.
a mustache that can never fill in.
But he is banging the easy broad from Congress, though, right? That Lauren Boebert.
Oh, I had no idea.
You know,
Really?
the one's getting all handsy at a fucking some play or something like that here a
Oh,
while
giving the
back.
old fashioned at the play. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Vaping and all this other shit, being loud. Like, goddamn, maybe I should be in Congress. Or
man,
maybe
sounds
I should.
fun.
We're hanging around somebody that, has been elected to Congress.
Just in the bubble of someone.
Madam, keep in mind, I holster left.
So if you're right-handed, I need to know right now.
Oh, no, we'll need to know the seating arrangements here for you, for the ease of your operation here.
I want you to have fun. That's the thing.
Study a little English. You can work on my Longfellow.
Oh, hey now. Hey now. Damn. We're off to a hot start.
Yeah, this might be a really short one, by the way. I feel there's not a hell of a lot in the tank. I've had an exhausting fucking week.
Exhausting, but productive.
Yeah,
I would say near the end.
Yeah, it has been. I've never, frankly, ever revealed what I do. I think most of you know, because I think it's kind of slipped a couple of times. But I gotta say, man, I've been doing the same job for more than 24 fucking years. It's coming up on about 24 and a half. Not that I'm like a 5-year-old that keeps track of like, oh, I'm 5 and a half. Man, but it's like I'm not going to reach 25. I'm just not. So as a result, I've been going around. I'd had to ask what the opportunities were for me ever getting a pay raise. The last time I had one was in 2018.
Under a different regime.
And I have got to say, it's under the same guy, just the first time he was in office, right? And you mean as far as the ownership?
Yeah, the regime you were in.
Yeah. God damn, just a lot of things have changed in 7 years. And if you're working a job and you've not had a raise in 7 years, it is incumbent upon you to tell them to go fuck themselves and move on. The only reason I did not was approaching 20 years at the time. I thought,
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna keep riding this out. I'm loyal to a fucking fault. That's fine. I don't care. But
Loyalty, a hard thing to come by these days.
But I had to finally ask my general manager if there was a scenario where I would ever get a raise, and the answer was absolutely not. No.
Goddamn, verbatim.
And so at that point, I said, well, do know then I'm going to begin actively searching for new work. To which she'd said, yeah, that's fine. So at least it's all the cards are on the table.
Sure.
There's
You
nothing.
ain't hiding nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No try backstab or the like.
So, but without revealing anything, because I'm not officially hired yet, but I'm going to be, because they got to complete a background check, and I think that's about it.
God. Took a month for me to start working at old She VP.
Yeah, but they.
This was back when it was medical only, so they had to
Yeah.
make sure I didn't have like a proper criminal record.
Well, and as it is, I mean, in this place, they'd said, yeah, so we're probably talking about early July, Okay, great. That gives me some time. I got a week of vacation I need to burn, so I'll do that. I feel like I owe this place, even though I know the smart ones among you will say, you don't owe them shit. And you know what? You're absolutely right. At the end of the day, you're absolutely right. I'm not that guy, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. It tells more about who you are as a person if you do that rather than, well, I mean, goddamn, I don't hate to throw myself under the bus, but once I had solidified my new position, I gave my last job 2-day notice I let know on a Sunday.
I was going to ask what the shortest time. Have you ever just walked off of a job?
Yeah,
Really?
Super 8.
You just walked, huh?
They came in. My boss, who I had to fucking knock on the door at 6 a.m. to get her naked child back into her fucking room. She came in about a half hour late. And I had no plan after this. But I was like, I'm fucking done. And I just said, hey, look, I'm done. Here's my name tag. I'll drop the rest of my shirts off later. I'm done. I can't. I'm not working.
Oh shit! Good job.
I not only was I done working for them, I was done working overnights.
Yeah.
That can it'll change your mind.
I think it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell I would ever do that now.
I did overnight tech support for Mickey D's. I worked as a night auditor to Comfort Inn in upstate New York, all overnight. I loved it. Waking up at like 4 in the afternoon, like, well, I got to rest the day to dick off and, do what I need before I got to go work all night. Now that thought terrifies me.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm an early motherfucking riser now, and that's how I'm going to be till I'm dead.
It's not a bad way, and it's the way I've been doing since I was in my 20s. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I had a job I basically had walked off. Ironically, it's the one I had right before the current job I have now. I was managing an office.
Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah.
They call it a finance company. If we're using plain English, it's a loan sharking place. Because
Yes.
I count anything where the interest is more than 30% as a fucking loan sharking operation that the law lets happen.
Yeah, goddamn. Like, I borrow $1, I have to pay you back $3 fucking. What's up with that?
And more importantly, what the job requires is if somebody's getting ready to pay off their shit, you try to get them to quote unquote refinance their loan. So that way you can keep them on the hook and it's just free money rolling into that company. All the while the company paying me about $1.50 over minimum, to manage a place. So
That's the crazy thing right there. Yeah, shit.
So I got hired at my current employer and I said, yeah, when can you start? I said, well, I got to give my 2-week notice. I said, okay. I gave my 2-week notice. And then this company starts fucking with me in a big way. And finally, at the end of kind of a crazy day, I said, well, you might want to get somebody to come down here because I'm walking away. They said, well, you can't do that. I said, well, yeah, actually I can. I quit.
I've just done it.
I officially quit. So bye-bye. I'm done. Like, well, you got to wait 30 minutes. I said, I don't really have to do anything. But you know what? Out of a matter of courtesy, I'll wait 15. They sent this chick down from one of their other stores in a nearby city to come down to relieve me of my duties or whatever. And she walked in. I just dropped my keys on the counter, said, here's the fucking keys. There was something else I had and said, here's this. Goodbye. She goes, well, hold on. I said, no, I'm out. Bye. Have fun.
Good luck with your bloodletting of the low income population around here.
Yeah. And they were angry, but, go fuck yourself. You're basically... You're profiting off of very poor people that shouldn't be taking those loans out. I get it. They're like, well, they're the ones who took it out. Yeah, but you shouldn't be fucking operating the way you are. Your entire client base. It's not the wealthy. It's not the middle class.
It's not.
It is the fucking people living paycheck to paycheck, and they can't dig themselves out of a hole to reasonably pay off their loan and not have to deal with you again. You're constantly... It's the same as sharecropping, just in a different fucking kind of an attitude in a different era.
And then they sell that debt to a collection agency, and they've made their money back.
Well, this place wasn't that way. They didn't want to part with that money. You go to a collection agency, you sign over, you're only going to get like 15, 20% because the collection agency is going to get the lion's share of what that money is.
Yeah.
Which is still evil, but they would only do that shit on ones that were like a year old and older. They're like, well, we're going to put that one off to collections. But they wanted us to go around door to door and collect. Like, really? You want me to go knocking on doors in this town, point out to motherfuckers that they took out a loan and I would like them to make a payment right now at the door? I'm going to be met with a gun, and maybe deservedly so.
Well, I mean, god damn, the balls.
Yeah. I think I worked at that place maybe 4 months.
Damn, that's a pretty good stretch.
3 or 4 months.
I find that to be a long time for something like that.
I want to say it was like a November to end of January, early February window there. Yeah. Not great. And I swore to myself I would never work any shit like that again, and I never have. But
and it's not like you're going to put it on your CV or nothing.
No. And then so once I had moved on, it's the same company I'm working for right now. And it's 24 and a half years ago. So I guess you could say I'm fucking loyal anyway. But I also need money. And this place is not...
loyalty don't pay the bills.
Yeah. I guess once you're unpromotable, then you can no longer ever get raises. Once you're in a spot and like, well, there really is nothing higher than this. Yeah, and they know it, and you're going to have to just deal with that. And corporate America says, well, fuck you. We don't have to give you any more money. We're giving you enough money now. Why would we give you more?
Right.
Also, right up there, I'd had a previous boss, because there's been a few ownership groups, but who had basically every time I would ask for a raise, he would say, yeah, okay, but I want you to start doing this now. It's like, well, fucking no. You're trying to add more shit onto what I do for more money. That's not a raise. That is taking on more responsibility and getting paid for that. You're getting compensated for more work.
Don't they call that a promotion?
But it's certainly not a fucking raise.
Yeah, right.
I'm here to tell you. So yeah, I'm moving on to a different place. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. But yeah, I had 2 job interviews this week. Man, that is exhausting.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Considering I haven't had a job interview in 24
quarter
and
of
a
the
half
century.
years.
Yeah, goddamn. I mean, that's not. I've had a few. I've had 3 or 4 over the past 10 years.
Yeah. So anyway, but it kind of keeps me in the industry I've been in a way. And so I don't know, man. I think all good shit's on the horizon. And again, background checks don't go fast. They're generally weeks long. So yeah, probably come July, I'll probably have some very different news. Then I'm not exactly going to reveal who my employer is, but I'll fill in as much as I can.
You'll bring that joy that is copywritten to your name.
Yeah, right. So anyway, that's kind of where my shit's at. And it's also a little terrifying that you've had a position for 24 and a half years and you have to cognitively make the decision. It's time to get off. It's time for me to be that rat getting off of this sinking ship. So
Yeah. Dude, I'm right there with you when I switched dispos.
Man, that was a smart move now in retrospect, right?
I feel so fucking smart, dude. I know I'm not, but that made me feel so smart.
Hey, man, even a blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while because your former place of employment is no more.
It has ceased to be. Yeah, and fuck it, I don't care. But it took me a while to get in the mindset. Well, you remember, goddamn, I was flirting with it for like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, man, when you're around somebody and it's like, man, this guy is one of the best friends that I've got, and you see they're struggling, and you're like, well, there's fuck all I can really do. What, am I here to cheer them up? What, am I going to put on a, fucking like a court jester's outfit and kind of start, dancing around? No, all I could do in that position was to encourage you to move the fuck on.
Yeah. Yeah, and it took a while, because you get out of your comfort zone.
And nobody likes getting out of their comfort zone. Nobody. And unless you're a deviant and you bounce from job to job pretty regular. So
we see you, Ruben. We see you.
Well, even that guy, he's been in the same spot for a while.
Yeah,
now, right?
and he's also the same cat who, like, yeah, I'm not working right now. 3 days later, that motherfucker working.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remember a time when he did not work.
It'd be a horrible experience of like quitting a job and going, oh, what the fuck am I going to do now? I ain't got a job. That guy's the only one I know that does it and gets away with it. Quit a job. He's got another job in about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Or if he's like, no, I quit this job because I want a vacation. And then when I'm done and I feel rested, I'll go get another job. And that's exactly what he does.
We'll go to South Beach. We'll go to weird carnivals in Mexico. I'm going to, all this stuff.
That was a scary photo. It looked like, is this in someone's back fucking yard?
They're kind of waiting for that one family out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to come out, right?
Little cartel carnival.
Old Leatherface and his chainsaw, and Pa.
Hey, I will swim to greet them.
But I don't know, man. It is a kind of a terrifying stretch when you become a part of that place of your employment and you become an integral part of it. You know it, they know it, everybody knows it, and then you finally reach that point. It's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But yet everybody around you still expects you to have that same exact mindset. And man, some people, they take a long time of leaving. And I'll admit 24 and a half years is a bit long, but things didn't really start going terrible until the last couple of years.
Right.
So
in this new regime.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's, everybody has to find, well, to quote Bono, I guess, still haven't found what I'm looking for, but it's up to you to find what you're looking for.
Right.
And whatever you're willing to do. If you're showing up for a job and you hate it, but you show up every day and, it is what it is, and you'll shrug and go, fuck it, I'm just going to keep doing this. Yeah, well, you've made up your mind, and that's fine too.
Absolutely.
But all I'm saying is that if you're not happy, you might want to consider moving on.
Yeah, because at that point, you're the only one that can fucking fix that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't have any grand message for everybody today, but if I did, that message would be, if you're not fucking happy and you've got the means of looking into some shit. Look, if my old ass can come up with writing a cover letter and a fucking resume that makes sense and to get a job that is pretty reasonable,
fucking A.
You can do it. If I can do it, fucking you can do it. I swear to fuck, you can do it.
Talking to you, night shitter, if you're listening.
Well, that guy would have to get a job in order to kind of regret.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, you ship the lights off. No, save money.
That's how I help.
Save all them bills.
God. I wouldn't be laughing if it wasn't accurate.
Yeah. That was, that's right up there.
Oh, we take a shower using cold water. Well, there you go. I was helping.
The old Hall of Fame of bizarre shits that has happened to the various ones of us here, right?
Oh, goddamn. Well, we better fucking move on before I start telling other stories.
Yeah. I guess we need to probably check in with LJ.
We probably should.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll try to figure out some other shits to kind of maybe bring a smile for the second half of the show. But right now, let's get the lowdown. What's going down with LJ?
Duckos.
Give me money for
welcome back to the metal portion of the Mead for Metal podcast. I'm LJ. We are here to rock out and kick ass, and guess what? We are fresh out of ass. It's the kind of show that aims high to swing low, and today we are going to let you know what the newest releases are in the categories of rock and metal. So let's get the ball rolling and quit misbehaving like my dog. Oh, also, if you hear noise in the background, it's either a poltergeist or an Airedale Terrier tearing my shit up. Stop it! Oh, now you listen? At a moment of peak maximum comical effect? That was pretty effective, thanks. Anyway, the first band that I want to mention is Katatonia. K-A-T-A-T-O-N-I-A. Nightmares as extensions of the waking state. I really like the way they sound. They really remind, and I mean this respectfully as possible, of Dream Theater. And you'll probably hear it whenever you check out the album on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, give it a listen. I think you'll enjoy it. I sure did. I'm saving their album for later. And also, I'm sure I've seen their album cover font before. I might have mentioned them on the show before, actually. Can't remember when, but oh well, whatever. Let's move on. Now, if I was to say Gruesome Silent Echoes was the band name and the album title of the next band that I'm talking about, wouldn't you think that it sounded a little bit like one of those true crime podcasts? Yeah, I thought so too, especially when I said it out loud. But no, they're a death metal band, and a damn good one too. Check them out. Oh, and while I'm over here subconsciously feeding you band suggestions that you should listen to and spend your hard-earned money on, here's another band that I think you should check out. They're called High Roller, and the album is called Rat King. R-A-T-K-I-N-G. It's a stoner metal album, and it's being released on a weekend. Are you fucking kidding me? That's like perfect. Hell yeah. If there's one album I can recommend above all else on this album, it's this one. Check it out. Now, if you're looking for some hard-hitting, fast, extreme shit, which I'm sure a good portion of you guys are, may I recommend the band King Parrot with their album A Young Person's Guide to King Parrot. And boy, is it. If you're curious about the band's image and you want a quick way to just take it all in, check out the song Fuck You and the Horse You Rode In On. No, that's not me saying fuck you and the horse you rode in on. That's the name of a song, Fuck You and the Horse You Rode In On. And if you got a problem, hey, you were sensing a pattern. I'm proud of you. Alright. But anyways, yeah. Hold on a second, let's look at some re-releases. Edge of Sanity is re-releasing their album Crimson from 1996. Shit's pretty fucking heavy, I love it. My Chemical Romance has an album re-release, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Now, my friends, I have saved the best for last. It's a re-release of Nightingale's album, The Breathing Shadow. I'm getting into Skyrim again, and if that's not the most Elder Scrolls sounding shit you've ever heard, then I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, I checked it out, and I had to go ahead and recommend it as probably my top pick. So if you're ever listening to these albums for the first time, these re-releases are excellent starting points. But that's all the time I've got for today. I've got shit to do, unfortunately, and so do you. But at least I gave you something to listen to. Stop rhyming, goddammit. Alright then, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of business. Stay out of the bad weather, take care, and rock the fuck on. See ya!
Steak and Ale welcomes you back to the old country inn.
Come sup with us at Steak and Ale, we're hearty dining about.
This takes me back to the old days, a place to relax and enjoy a good hearty meal, like this Kensington Club.
The Kensington Club is a sirloin steak, marinated to taste. Lovingly grilled for just the right time, it even compares with our ribs in their prime.
Come join us, it'll be like old times.
Come sup with us at Steak and Ale.
is this?
Little Woodhawk for your listening pleasure.
Wow. Like it.
You know the character Taggart in the movie Blazing Saddles? Slim Pickens? That's what this week is, so.
Ooh, it is. But this is good.
Not bad. Woodhawk I'd put at the top of the pile.
I mean, in a realm where Wizard Tattoo has a new song out.
Yeah. That one's one I'm going to let you guys go search that one out.
Yeah. That's one, like, man, we can't feed it to you all the time. You got to go eat yourself.
Steak and Ale commercial from 1978.
God, that 78?
Yeah.
God, that sounded like 68.
Yeah. Well, the sound quality wasn't great, but
No, it was just like the cadence, the fucking
but
elbow swinging shit.
Steak and Ale tried to, I don't know, bring the Tudor era to American dining, I guess, and in an era when almost they were up against places like Shoney's, Sambo's, Denny's. Well, Denny's, I wouldn't say that's necessarily fair because Steak and Ale actually presented reasonable food. Denny's does not.
There ain't
like
nothing reasonable about it.
It's like a better version of Sizzler, I guess. But, if you don't really change up your business model or whatever, or if there's any form of corporate mismanagement that comes up, eventually that chain's going to be in big trouble. And that's where they're at. There's currently one Steak and Ale, and I want to say it's in Minnesota.
Wow.
But they're bouncing back. And they're looking for franchisees. And frankly, if I had like 1.6 million, I would probably give some thought.
Goddamn, that the price tag?
Yeah.
Just to say you are a Steak and Ale and we will.
Well, now that covers all of the shit that they throw to franchisees that every food chain does.
Right,
that
like McDonald's style.
That's effectively, you're going to get all their support. You're going to get their media, whatever their commercial shit is. I don't know. Now, every one of them is a little bit differently how they handle like advertising buys and things like that. But it should also be able to provide you a footprint and a building and everything else. I mean, it should be pretty much turnkey for that. Now, 1.6 is the low end. It can be 1.6 to 2.6 million.
I guess it depends on the economy of where you're wanting to rock it.
If you're going to build a Steak and Ale in fucking Dallas, it's going to cost you a lot more than if you build it out in fucking 10 Sleep, Wyoming.
Right. And does the franchise, does that help with the build or?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something.
I'm reasonably sure that's right.
Had I not bought my new vehicle, I'd have just kept saving for that. That'd been my goal.
Yeah. Well, if they say turnkey, that's what they mean. It's like, oh, yeah, you give us the money and we will get you a building and get you knowledgeable to what our franchise does and what you can and can't do and how things operate and a management team that comes along and helps you open your shit for like the first month or whatever.
So no naked cage fighting at the Steak and Ale.
And then you peel off like 5 or 6% right off the top every month and, send it off to corporate and there you go.
Damn. Yeah, well, I guess if you know what the fuck you're doing, you make that work. But
yeah, if you want to open a restaurant, that just clearly means you don't really want to ever have anything to do with your own time the rest of your life.
No shit, especially if you're in a top tier position.
Yeah. The food industry is a problem. Anybody that does that shit for a line of work, man, hats off to you because I know that means you basically don't have a life. Yeah, and you're not going to get
devoted to food,
and you're not going to get rich being a franchise owner. That's what the franchise is there for. That's so somebody else can get rich,
right?
And you can own a little piece of what they've got.
You too can be a part of the Steak and Ale family for 1.6 mil.
Yeah. So to say yes, I have looked into it. Yeah, because just out of curiosity, do I have 1.6 to 2.6 in the bank? No, I'm a bit off of that target.
I don't think we would have had that previous conversation if that was the case.
I feel like I'm off by about at least 1.6. Need all that money, though, for all the good drugs.
The money.
Like ketamine, apparently.
Ooh.
Apparently, Leon, is it Leon? Leon Musk?
Is he reverting back to his former name now that he's no longer part of the regime?
Elon, Leon, whatever the hell his name is. I don't know. Remember that guy at one time had drew a lot of criticism from his shareholders at Tesla because he decided to go on the, what's that fucking meathead's name, and smoke a little weed. The Rogan show.
Rojo.
Yeah. And the stock price tumbled like easily like 8%.
That's so stupid, too.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn.
Like, why are you so dumb? But Anyway, for the world's smartest man, you sure do a lot of stupid shit, right?
I always smoked weed. Now that shit ain't worth nothing.
And apparently that guy would carry around. You know how old people have like a pill box and it like counts down the days for him and shit?
Sure.
Apparently he would have a bunch of the shit. Like what's that ADHD stuff?
Adderall?
Yeah. Have a bunch of Adderall, but have a bunch of ketamine, have a bunch of weed. And and that's how that guy was living on the campaign trail through the inauguration, which explains the Hitler salute now, right? Maybe. Not that I'm letting him off the hook for that, but and all the way through. That shit kind of started rising in the headlines last week. And then
I had no idea about this.
And then apparently, he's stepping aside and getting out of the doggy or Doge or whatever it's called, and leaves the Trump administration and immediately starts talking to shit about that dumpy bastard's big budget bill. He calls this big, beautiful bill. And not to get too political, but bills of that nature that handle a budget can be big or they can be beautiful, but they can't be both.
They're a BB dub.
And that guy is railing against it now. And then you got that one dummy that's always causing issues out of Georgia, Marjorie Green.
The Lion King.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have to run that shit through my head to make it make sense. She had said that had she read that bill, she would have voted against it. So clearly, she's an idiot too. So, but yeah. But immediately then all this backfeeding that old Leon was doing all kinds of fucking drugs. Well, he comes out of swinging and says, yeah, the reason they never released the Epstein shit that they said they were going to do is because Trump's name's all over it.
Ooh.
And we all knew that. We all knew it. Trump's name's in it. Bill Clinton's name's in it. All these guys that can't keep their dick in their pants are on that list.
Yep.
And that's why that list never came out.
Nope. And it never will.
You ever do ketamine?
Fuck no. I'm not Steve-O. That's a Steve-O drug, man.
Closest thing I've done to that, I think, is called anesthesia, actually.
Yeah, like fentanyl, which I'm sure you've been administered.
Oh, I don't know.
Or is that, I don't know if that's used for, see, I'm showing my stupidity here.
That's the shit that, because every doctor in this country is prescribing fucking basically morphine-based shit, forever. And then they figured out, it's like, oh, well, we've got a real opioid epidemic in this country, so we're going to stop doing that. That's when the Chinese start pumping fucking fentanyl in this country.
That's right.
I got to say, as much as I don't trust that dumpy cocksucking taco guy in the White House, he is right on one thing. The fucking fentanyl, where's it coming from? Where did it go? Who'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? No, but... yeah, that shit. It's coming in. It's coming from somewhere. And that somewhere is called fucking China.
Dude, yeah, that's how all the fake shit got in here 12 years ago. All the fake weed, the fake...
12 years ago? Shit, you're talking more like 20 years ago, right?
Well, I'm talking like the quote-unquote designer drugs.
Oh,
like
okay.
the bath salts.
Oh, the shit that makes you start talking to your gods.
Yeah,
okay.
the K2, the shit that makes you start eating people's faces off.
Spice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, don't fuck with that shit.
No, it's... What? And then there's some weird shit going on in Texas right now. They're trying to get rid of what, Delta 8, Delta 10?
They're trying to get rid of everything.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's already illegal federally, so you don't have to worry about it. It's only cool if the state decides they're going to make it legal.
Yeah. It's
in Texas, they don't want to take any risks. Because they're always making fun of disabled people unless it's their guy. And old Hot Wheels over there, the governor, said that they need to get it passed into law, so at some future point, some smart and enlightened person doesn't come along and go, fuck that, let's make this fucking drug legal. And that's what they're trying to prevent.
Well, hey, Texas, you just do you, huh?
And it's fine. I mean, nobody suspects those people over there are forward-thinking in any way, shape, or form, or enlightened any more than anybody else. But it certainly did piss off a hell of a lot of veterans in that state, because veterans get back from doing the shit that they've got to do, and they have a couple of avenues. One, they can go to the VA. They can get prescribed anywhere between 3 to 7 psychotropic drugs to fucking even them out. Yeah.
Yeah, make them normal.
Yeah, and it never does. And most of the time, they'll kill themselves. Or well, not most of the time, but a fucking pretty good chunk of it. Almost everybody that's among the 22 a day, generally we're on some kind of prescriptions from the VA for fucking brain shit.
Wow. Wow.
You can go a different direction You can fucking just drink your dick off, and then then that's going to bring along with it its own fucking problems, because then you're going to get in trouble with the law for DWI or beating your spouse or whatever the case is going to be. Alcohol doesn't really help anything. It never does. Cannabis does. And veterans organizations over in the Lone Star State that brought us the Lone Star rash, which we call measles, because it all started not terribly fucking far from where you and I sit right
about
here.
An hour from here, yeah.
Those fucking people, because they're scared of needles, but they claim it's their freedom. But we know what it is. We know exactly what it is. Lazy, entitled, stupid, a little bit, easily misled. But they decided they didn't want to get their vaccines. Well, they're doing the same shit with the cannabis side, and decided no, you can't have that. Veterans organizations saying, hold on, this is a thing that is beneficial, and it's not going to ruin their fucking lives. It's not.
Yeah.
And but they don't care. They want you to serve and shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all they want. So in a lot of ways, it's a lot of Reaganism still hanging around.
Yeah. Yeah, and that fucking blows, man. Because I help a lot of veterans at my job. A lot of veterans.
Oh, yeah.
I help, and
I
80% of them have a medical card.
As one, I've got to say is that your military service isn't going to make your mental health better. It's going to fucking degrade it in a catastrophic level.
Yeah, and then you'll hit the point. It's like, man, there's no return from this.
No. So cannabis is the only thing that keeps you from going over the edge.
Yeah.
Because the fucking, goddamn it. Because we had a close personal friend, and I say had because we're not really friends anymore, but that dude was on several when he got back. And, man, that's not the right way to do it.
Right.
Liquor, not the way to do it, brother. But cannabis, I don't know. I'll fucking go. I will die on that hill. I will fucking go to the grave telling you that if you've got some mental issues, mostly PTSD related, that's the right way to do it. And when New Mexico put PTSD on the list, I laughed at it because I'm like, well, fuck, that means everybody qualifies if they wanted to.
Exactly, yeah.
However, those that legit have PTSD, I think it's worth opening those floodgates for medical fucking customers in the state, because most of those that were medical at that time didn't renew. It's like, oh, well, fuck, I can get it recreationally now.
I'll just pay that 20%, but I ain't paying 20 cents on the dollar.
Our excise tax on it is at 13%, and it's going to go to 14%, and they're going to raise it 2%. Well, all the way until 2030, when it'll be at 18% on the excise tax, but that doesn't include sales tax.
Yeah, it's both, and then you have to throw one on there, the 13% now, and then you throw the sales tax on that total.
Yeah, which is around 7.3, 7.4.
Yeah, right now, every $5 you're spending at a dispensary in New Mexico, every $5 add an extra $1 for tax.
Sure. Yeah.
And if you're buying in bulk, ooh boy, that's $100. That's $20, man. $20 in tax on a $100 purchase.
And I'm not saying that people from Texas are coming over and capitalizing on the beneficial drug that is cannabis, but
oh, you're not saying it? I'll say it. That's exactly what they're doing.
Well, there it is.
Well, hey, I mean, fucking call it for what it is. And there are a lot of Texas veterans.
Oh yeah,
that come by. Some of them a little on the older side too. That are like that. There was one I talked to whose name I won't mention because that would be
HIPAA.
No, he's not a medical. He's from Texas.
Oh, that's true.
I could name him right now if I wanted to.
They were trying to do some kind of fucking reciprocal thing, but Texas is a state run by a bunch of fucking idiots. And
here's the thing. Well, Texas.
And by the way, and calm down. If you're getting angry at me calling your leadership a bunch of fucking idiots, well, settle the fuck down.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to look into some cannabis and just chill the fuck out.
Exactly. Come down to Eastern Mexico, see your boy. But it's crazy how many people from that state come over here. Now, some of them guaranteed they're just like, I'm here to buy the what I can buy here, and then they go to another one and do the same thing because there's no way to track. You can only buy 2 ounces, 800 milligrams in edibles, and 16 grams in vapes and concentrates a day. I say only. But here's the thing.
Still a lot.
That is a lot of matzah. But you can go to a dispo right next door and do that exact same thing. because
there's
it's
not a system that keeps track statewide.
Medical
right?
users, that tracks you wherever you buy.
Sure.
Because there's a system in place to make
It's
sure.
nice to know that there's only 3 places, I think, where my name has ever popped up.
Yeah, no shit, right? And it's the Texas has something called the the compassionate use ERT. I can't remember what the RT stands for. But it's a compassionate use thing. It's their version of a fucking medical program that is the drizzling shits. I mean, they're basically, they limit potency. They limit everything.
Oh, and it's like Delta 8. Yeah?
No, this is like legit legal. Well, as
no
legal as
shit.
it can be. But it's marijuana that has been so fucking stripped. You're getting 6%.
Well, you don't want them people getting out of line and shit while they're pursuing their freedom, right?
Well, there are a lot of guns in Texas, so I kind of understand. But no, I mean, it's weird to like, well, okay, we'll have a medical program, but it's a pain in the dick to get into. And once you get into it, what you're given is garbage. It's like, why did I go through all of this just to get something that I'll have to use so much of that I won't be able to afford it? Or you come over to New Mexico, you get that 20.5% sticky icky, 2 ounces of that
20
bitch.
and a half. Goddamn, some of that shit's up to 30, right?
Yeah, well, there was a time where there was 30% potency marijuana around here. Those times are gone because there was a lab in the state that was flubbing numbers hugely. We had a 35% weed strain that we were selling for $2 a gram. And I thought to myself, that doesn't sound right, does it? I mean, this weed looks like shit, doesn't really smell that great, but people see that potency. And they're like, I don't care. And $2 a gram? Well, God, yeah.
Man.
They were flubbing numbers. Now, all those numbers have come down about 8%. Where now you see something 25%, that's probably going to be the legit strong. And honestly, anything over 20%, you're not getting.
No, it starts to fucking kind of fuck with your head a little bit. If you want to get into those climbs, go wax. Shit.
Yeah, but even then, like that's the last bastion. After if wax ain't getting you high no more, there's nothing higher than that.
Well, you broke the game.
Outside of you fucked up.
You got to go back. You got to stand in a corner for a few years and figure out what you did wrong.
Yeah, you're smoking wax like you're smoking joints. That's you're going to be wasting money. You need to just take a fucking break.
But it is interesting, especially when we were talking about weather for this time of year. How usually bad shit fires up here, crosses over the state line and goes over there and fucking trashes a whole bunch of shit over in the Texas Panhandle. Those are people that need cannabis. Get the fuck out of here. Those are the absolute people. Like, oh yeah, well, let them all have a medical card for the Panhandle because they got to deal with fucking tornadoes that are EF 2 to 5 pretty regular.
That you can see coming from about 20 miles away. So it's a slow build to be like, oh God, there it is. It's coming.
Oh well, but
fuck it
anyway. But yeah, cannabis is the way to go. Don't do ketamine, kids.
Yeah, don't be taking your fucking ketamine and squirting it on a microwave safe tray and then microwaving it and then scraping it off and snorting it. Don't do that. Don't do what Steve-O did.
Now I will say, if you start doing ketamine and you're able to build your own space platform and you're sending satellites out for internet for people and you're building EVs. You know what? Go ahead and you do you. Because clearly you figured it out.
Yeah, like, well, if you can figure out how ketamine can help you and then just do that, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it makes you like catatonic, right?
Yeah, it makes you not fucking, it's an opiate. It makes you not give a fuck.
I don't know.
It withdraws you. It fucking makes you not want to be around people, just like heroin.
Yeah, that's some shit that's bad news and stay the fuck away, huh?
Yeah. I'm a weed boy. And I always will be a weed.
Let's move on to some other shit.
All right. We got some time.
Do we? All right.
We got about 5 minutes. What you got?
Okay. I was thinking about this a few days ago because I figured out, see, my problem is right now I work really close by a fucking Wal-Mart. Really close. Like, to the point where, like, no, I'll just run over there after work and buy this. It's all good. Why wouldn't I do that? Because I start spending way too fucking much money if I go into that place multiple times a week. Because I inevitably like, well, yeah, I could use this. Of course I'll buy this. Of course I'll need
this eventually.
And sure, I'm slowly rebuilding my fucking liquor case. I mean, I don't need to be doing that.
I can get everything I need right here.
But I did think about it. I thought, well, this might be something of some interest. What are the, no more than 3, but what's a thing? It's like, well, if I'm out of this, fuck, I don't care if I was just there yesterday or even today. I've got to go back. For me, it's fucking dog food, wet dog food, because my dog has got he's an old fucking dachshund, got like 4 teeth left in his head. He has to eat dry food. He swallows it whole. So I have to get him the tiny little kibble,
the
tiny,
Cocoa Pebbles size shit.
And so he can eat that because he can't crunch it. So I've got to get him canned food. If he's out of canned food, I have to go to the store. And it doesn't matter. That has to get done.
Yeah. Well, no, I get that, man. It's not even something that you need. Something that he needs.
Do you have one? Like, it's like, if I'm out of this, fuck, I'm going to town. I do have a second one while you're thinking about it if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
And it has to do with anything involving the process of coffee. And for me, that process is coffee and fucking heavy cream. That's all I use. I don't use any of the special sweetened shit because eventually it starts tasting terrible. I used to like Irish cream. I can't do that. There's a taste to it.
It tastes different now, doesn't it?
I don't know, but I don't know if I just drank it too long or whatever, but it's got a weird metallic taste to it almost. I am not a fan. I found years ago, I had to buy heavy cream for some shit about fucking 20 years ago for some shit around Thanksgiving, and I had like a quart of that shit left over. I'm like, God damn, what do you do with it? And this is how long ago this was. My second wife said, well, fucking put it in your coffee. I go fuck yourself. Because I was drinking black coffee at the time. I thought, oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'm going to use it up. And I used it that way, and I have not ever gone back to drinking coffee any other way.
Yep.
So if it's coffee and or heavy cream, I'm going to the fucking store.
For me, it's these little drink additives in the squirt bottles. Mio brand. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Wow.
Yeah, they do one that has like a little caffeine and B vitamins in it. That's when I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to go to work. Get my 2 bottles of water, open them bitches up, squeak.
Huh.
And it get a little flavor and gives a little bump, not like a Monster energy drink bump, but a decent enough bump to get me through the day comfortably. So I'm getting my water in me. If I don't have that and I know I got work coming up, I will go to Walmart and get them.
Goddamn.
I might even give them at the other one just to save time and pay an extra $3.
I'll be damned. All right. Fair enough. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, man, there's almost literally nothing in this house that if I was out of, I would make a special trip.
Toilet paper.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's not wrong either.
Shithole paper.
Although, I've got to say, and I don't recommend this if you got a septic system, but if you do, if you go high-end paper towels, you can make do if you have to. And I'm talking like Fiesta. The ones that are like,
Oh, yeah. And the funny thing is, I have been raised on shitty toilet paper pretty much the majority of my existence.
John Wayne variety that's rough and tough and takes no shit off of nobody.
That's right. That's right. Leaving a little fecal addition behind. But for some reason, and once I get like this big old cushiony fucking roll of toilet, like we have them at work, and every once in a while I got to shut the store down for about 10 minutes to go tend to some business in the back.
Yeah.
And that's toilet paper we have. I fucking hate it.
Really?
I do. I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah, I'd gotten myself a little spoiled a while back because I was kind of it was a thing that happened right after the pandemic. Remembering all these dummies start fucking buying up and hoarding all the toilet paper for months, right? And I thought, well, I'm just going to buy a bidet. Fuck you. I'll just fix this right now. It's a great idea, but if you like to get kind of fucking ripped like I do, drunk around here, that's not the best way.
You don't need to just sit there and have water on your ass all day.
That's right. Because I'm a conservationist. But, I do have a penchant for cottonelle. It's got these weird ridges. It's not overly soft, but it fucking certainly works.
It's like it got little fingers to grab shit.
It's got a fingerprint. That's exactly it. It's like the fingerprint ridges when you look through like a magnifying glass. Yeah. Same. Like, well, that's going on the old beehole, and it's going to clean me right up. I don't really want the Charmin Ultra Soft nonsense. I really don't need it. Because I'm going to use too much of it because I'm not going to trust it. So
exactly. And honestly, that cushiony shit, I feel like I'm wiping my ass with a sock.
But if I go to your house and you have Scott tissue, I'm immediately going to fucking have an opinion of you, and it's not going to be a good one. It's going to be a fucking horrible opinion.
Never shit at my house.
And like, oh my God. All right, well, I need like 30 plies of this so my finger don't come through the middle.
You got to do the five turn.
Yeah, and I
around the
love
world.
it how they talk about it. It's like, oh yeah, there's like 5 rolls in there. It's like, yeah, because you're going to use 5 times as much.
and you don't want to put it on a little holder. You just want to have that thing where you can just fucking wrap it around that hand, take it off, and then you're good to go. Now you don't want to do any excavation work down there.
Nah.
But you want to just clean the surface.
You don't want to have to buy chapstick for not your mouth.
Yeah, the old corneal ridge needs tending to.
Fuck. All right, we got Father's Day coming up before we have our next show, I think. Unless we do a show a week from today, in which case
Pepper Day.
jumping. Unless I'm jumping the shark here on that. But
I thought that shit already happened.
it's probably not a lot of positive memories for you if I'm.
And honestly, I view Father's Day more for my grandfather than anything. I have that day for him.
Okay. Well, you know what, and I will say this is that don't leave shit hanging around out there that is unresolved with your pep. I mean, figure shit out. You don't want a weird thing hanging over you your entire life, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm necessarily one that falls into that category, but I know people that have. Fix it. Don't let shit just go. And I don't know, man. And you're in an admirable position. If you got somebody's like, that's a father figure to me, that's good enough. Fuck yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
but if you got a father and you got some bad anger and unresolved issues, fix it before you or old Peps is dead. Right?
Right. You know what? Honestly, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've clearly already have him replaced in my mind and soul.
Yeah.
It's resolved on my side.
Yeah, my dad passed right after I turned 14. And it wasn't even that I had unresolved issues. I just felt like I got kind of cut off before I could build a bond with this dude, who had adopted me and fucking brought me into this world that I know now. A world that was pretty fucking easy. My life could have been pretty shitty had not that adoption happened. And that guy stepped up. So, man, kudos to that guy. Kudos to your grandfather. Kudos to if you got a good father. Kudos to that guy and kudos to you. But
go hug that pepper.
If you don't, there's always faster pussycats.
That's right. Hug your mama.
But anyway, we'll catch up with you clowns here in a couple weeks, huh?